Imagine waking up one morning, looking in the mirror, and feeling like you're not enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough, not fit enough, not rich enough. Now imagine someone making billions of dollars every year because you feel that way. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Some of the world's most profitable companies don't sell products. They sell solutions. To insecurities they often help create. An expensive cream promises younger skin. A luxury watch promises respect. A designer handbag promises status. A sports car promises admiration. A fitness supplement promises confidence. Every purchase whispers the same message. Buy this, and you'll finally become enough. This isn't just clever marketing. It's one of the largest industries on Earth. A machine worth hundreds of billions, possibly trillions of dollars. An economy powered by one invisible resource: human insecurity. But here's the twist. Many of the wealthiest companies in history didn't invent insecurity. They simply learned how to monetize it. And once you understand how the system works, you'll never see advertising or your own spending the same way again. Level 1. Selling a feeling, not a product. People rarely buy products. They buy emotions. Think about bottled water. At first glance, it's just water. But premium brands don't sell hydration. They sell purity, health, luxury, status. The same is true for fashion. A plain white t-shirt might cost $10, another nearly identical one, $500. What's the difference? The logo. Because the logo sells identity. Luxury brands mastered this decades ago. They realized customers weren't paying for leather or cotton or metal. They were paying for how those items made them feel. Exclusive, successful, important. Psychologists call this symbolic consumption. People use products to express who they are, or who they wish they were. That's why advertisements almost never focus on technical features anymore. Instead, they show attractive people, beautiful homes, luxury vacations, power, romance, confidence. The message is subtle. If you buy this, you become one of them. And it works. Because humans are emotional long before we're rational. Companies understand something many consumers don't. People don't make buying decisions with spreadsheets. They make them with feelings, then justify them with logic afterward. That's where the industry's true power begins. Level 2. Manufacturing insecurity. Here's something fascinating. Marketing doesn't always solve problems. Sometimes, it creates them first. Take the beauty industry. A century ago, many flaws people worry about today barely existed in public conversation. Body odor, wrinkles, cellulite, stretch marks, even perfectly normal skin texture. Over time, advertising transformed natural human features into problems needing solutions. The formula was simple. Step 1. Highlight a flaw. Step 2. Make people feel embarrassed. Step 3. Sell the cure. It's remarkably effective. The global beauty and personal care market is worth hundreds of billions of dollars, not because people suddenly became less attractive, but because standards constantly change. Social media accelerated this dramatically. Perfect lighting, perfect editing, perfect bodies, perfect lifestyles. Algorithms reward perfection. Comparison becomes automatic. And comparison creates dissatisfaction. The more dissatisfied people become, the more products they buy. Filters become cosmetics. Cosmetics become procedures. Procedures become lifelong maintenance. One purchase rarely ends the cycle. Instead, it starts another. This isn't limited to appearance. The same pattern appears in finance, luxury, fitness, education, even productivity. Everywhere you look, someone is telling you that you're behind, and they just happen to sell the solution. Level 3. The business of status. Humans evolved in tribes. Status mattered. Higher status often meant better opportunities, more resources, greater influence, even better chances of survival. Thousands of years later, that instinct hasn't disappeared. It simply changed form. Today, status often comes with brands: a luxury watch, a supercar, a penthouse, a first-class flight. Social media amplified this instinct like never before. Platforms turned lifestyles into performances. Vacations became content. Restaurants became photo shoots. Cars became personal brands. The attention economy rewarded visible success. Luxury companies understood this immediately. Scarcity became their greatest weapon. Limited editions, waiting lists, exclusive memberships,
invitation-only experiences.
The harder something is to get, the more desirable it becomes. Economists call this the Veblen effect. Normally, higher prices reduce demand. Luxury breaks that rule. Sometimes, higher prices increase demand because expensive products signal wealth. This explains why certain handbags sell for tens of thousands of dollars, or why limited sneakers attract enormous resale markets. The product matters, but the signal matters even more. People aren't buying objects, they're buying social perception, and perception can become incredibly profitable. Level 4. Why smart people keep falling for it. You might think, I'd never be manipulated. Most people believe that. Yet even marketing professionals admit they're influenced by advertising. Because this isn't about intelligence, it's about psychology. Our brains rely on shortcuts. One shortcut is social proof. If everyone wants it, it must be valuable. Another is scarcity. Only 5 left. Limited edition. Offer ends tonight. Suddenly, the decision feels urgent. Then there's authority, a celebrity, an athlete, an influencer, a billionaire. If they use it, maybe we should too. Behavioral economists have spent decades studying these biases. They repeatedly found something surprising. People don't simply buy based on value. They buy based on perception. That's why companies spend billions on branding. Apple didn't become one of the world's most valuable companies simply because of technology. It built an identity. Owning an Apple product communicates something, whether accurate or not. People associate it with creativity, quality, innovation, status. That emotional association becomes incredibly valuable. Brand equity can be worth more than factories, more than inventory, sometimes more than the product itself. That's the invisible asset investors love. Level 5. Escaping the insecurity economy. Here's the good news. Understanding the system changes everything. The goal isn't to stop buying things. It's to stop buying identities before every purchase. Ask yourself one question. What problem am I actually solving? If the answer is practical, great. If the answer is, I want people to admire me, or I don't want to feel left behind, pause. That's often insecurity making the decision. The wealthiest investors think differently. Instead of buying status, they buy assets. Instead of chasing appearances, they build ownership. Consider the difference. One person finances a luxury car they can't comfortably afford. Another invests that same money into businesses, index funds, or real estate. 10 years later, the gap becomes enormous. One owns a depreciating symbol. The other owns appreciating assets. This doesn't mean luxury is bad. Far from it. Many wealthy people enjoy luxury, but there's an important difference. They usually buy luxury after building wealth, not before. Real financial freedom isn't looking rich. It's having choices. And choices come from ownership, not appearances. The companies winning this game understand one timeless truth. The strongest customer is someone who never feels complete, but the strongest investor is someone who recognizes that game and refuses to play it. Conclusion. The billion-dollar industry built on human insecurity isn't evil by default. Businesses exist to solve problems. The danger begins when problems are exaggerated or manufactured to keep consumers trapped in an endless cycle of wanting more, because insecurity is renewable. Confidence isn't. The greatest financial advantage you can have isn't earning more money. It's understanding why you spend it. Every advertisement you see, every luxury product, every influencer recommendation, every viral trend is competing for one thing: your attention, your emotions, and ultimately, your wallet. The next time you're tempted to buy something that promises confidence, status, or happiness, stop for a moment. Ask yourself whether you're purchasing a product or purchasing the hope of becoming someone else. Because the people who quietly build lasting wealth usually discover one simple truth. The richest life isn't built by impressing strangers. It's built by owning assets, thinking independently, and refusing to let insecurity dictate financial decisions. Once you master that, you stop becoming the industry's customer and start becoming its investor. And that may be the most valuable investment you'll ever make.